more women should take control of their finances. They need to take care of their banking. Trust me, banking is not complicated. I come from a very conservative family, telling me as a woman, you don't have to dream and achieve a lot of things. That made me push myself. Banking is one industry, when you are in it, you just fall in love with it.
What are the trends you are seeing at HSBC with global Indians?
Second largest diaspora world over is Indians. They cut across segments. Whether you look at North America, Europe, or even Asia, you'll find Indians. Best part of it is HSBC is present in most of the countries that Indians are in. And there is no other bank today which can actually have the India banking also solved for them.
A lesson you've learned the hard way.
Believe in yourself no matter what and ignore the public opinion.
Your mantra for success.
Constantly keep innovating yourself. Don't be content with where you have reached and what you have achieved.
Welcome to Women of Wonder by Reema Mahajan, or WOW Women as we lovingly call it. This is our initiative to bring to you stories of empowered and ambitious women so that we can all take inspiration from their journeys. We are thrilled to host our next Women of Wonder today. She is the head of International and FX at HSBC India. She is a global champion for HSBC's NRI segment. She has over 20 years of banking expertise, spanning from consumer banking to wealth management. She's a staunch advocate for diversity and inclusion. She's none other than Miss Deepthi Sirvuri. Lovely to have you here, Deepthi.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I think we should do a lot more. More women should take control of their finances. They need to take care of their banking. But I see a lot of women let the banking rest with the male family member. There has been a lot of interest now, at least women are getting more aware of their investments, of their savings, how it gets deployed. That's one change that I really want to see. Maybe because I'm a woman, maybe I want to.
Yes.
But I want more women take control of their finances and their banking. Trust me, banking is not complicated. It's very easy. There are enough and more people to help support. And with the digital banking, it's very intuitive. So start taking charge of your bank accounts.
How did you land in a banking sector?
I stumbled into it.
All right.
So I did my post-graduation in Masters in Business Administration. I landed an interview with HDFC Bank. And at that age, if somebody's like very happy to recruit you and you're like, wow. So that's how I landed in banking. And banking is one industry, when you are in it, you just fall in love with it, right? Because of the complexities, the opportunities that you get. It's been a fantastic 20-year journey for me. And I've just stayed in banking since then.
Which all sectors have you covered so far?
20 years I've always been in consumer banking. I think that's the most exciting part of the banking, because the sheer number of customers that you deal with, the kind of solutions that you need to bring, the kind of experience that you need to bring to the table. I started with an Indian bank and then moved to a foreign bank. And then I'm now with HSBC, so 20 years with just 3 banks. I've done various roles. I've done from wealth management, I've done branch banking, I've been branch manager myself. I've handled SME, I've handled product strategy. I think I've done.
Yep.
So 20 years is a long time.
Absolutely.
Maybe looking back right now, it doesn't look so much. But when I talk about the different roles that I've done, it really feels long.
Talk to us about some of your most memorable roles across time, some of the challenges that you've tried to solve as a leader.
I think there are certain roles which kind of defined the way I have evolved as a professional person. Obviously, the first role is always the game changer, because you're just fresh out of college, absolutely with no clue or how to handle yourself professionally. So my first role was something which I was like literally pushed into the deep end of the pool. Handling clients, walk-in customers, and not really having a banking background, because you never thought banking in your college. There, I learned how to handle pressure. When the client's there in front of you, like, oh, this has not happened, that's not happened, I need this, and there are 10 people around you wanting to do. I think that's the first thing. Keeping your cool, keeping your attention on what's the final end, which is making the customer happy, solving their problem. I think that's the first thing that I've learned. And the first organization also really put emphasis on customer experience. So that's a big one for me. And I've retained all 20 years, the focus of keeping the client at the center. And I really believe, and I keep telling that to my team as well, that once you have that, everything else falls in place. I made a career shift and went into a foreign bank. That move made me be ambitious and really challenge myself. And it gave me a confidence as well, which I didn't have. which I think is very important. And later on, I realized how big confidence plays a role in your career. The last role that I really believe changed the way I operate has been my strategy role, where I was a chief of staff and chief of strategy for a consumer head. I worked with 2 consumer heads, like literally learning from the leaders, but having the experience of working with different sets of people, different business lines, getting things done. I think that's been instrumental in me getting to the next role. And I really think that gave me now the platform and the confidence to take up much larger roles.
You are a global leader today at HSBC India. What is the mantra with which you drive your teams today?
I am a staunch believer that energy rubs off. First and foremost is when you are a leader, you have to really bring that energy every day, every moment to the team. There would be days where you will have a bad day for you individually. But the moment you're a leader, you have to put that aside. You have to bring yourself 100% energetic and passionate every day. The second is keeping your calm and cool. Whenever there is a challenge that your team faces, you just keep your calm and cool. Then their conviction comes up and they solve problems on their own. Most importantly, I think celebrating successes is very important. However small, big. Right? Whenever you crack something, whenever you get a good client feedback, whenever you have a business growth, it's very important that you go and celebrate as team. That's very, very important.
What are the trends you are seeing at HSBC with global Indians today?
The second largest diaspora world over is Indians. And the best part of it is that Indians cut across segments, they cut across profession, they cut across affluence space. That I think is exciting. Then the second part of it is that they are world over. So whether you look at North America, Europe, or even Asia, you'll find Indians. One of my colleagues stated a very interesting fact. The best city to live in India is Dubai. We are very keen to increase our market share. We want to be the bank of destination for all Indians. The best part of it is HSBC is present in most of the countries that Indians are in. So hence we are able to offer the best banking solution. And there is no other bank today which can actually have the India banking also solved for them.
So I was reading some report and I think it said last year we had more than 111 billion US dollars of remittances to India. Is that the right fact? Where is all this money going in India?
Oh, going everywhere.
Yeah. So, where are the NRIs investing? What trends do you see in the market?
India is growing, right? There's tremendous amount of opportunity in India. Historically, a lot of NRIs have been traditionally investing in real estate, gold, and deposits because of interest rates being higher in India versus their home country or the country that they reside in. But of late, we've been seeing a lot of interest from them in equities, right? They want to buy Indian companies. They want to invest in mutual funds and PMS. And the affluent NRIs, including most women now, are looking at investing in startups, right? Coming in as a VC, coming in as a seed capital investor, as a PE. I think that's an interesting trend that we are seeing.
As an NRI, I'm always looking for things beyond wealth management, isn't it? How does HSBC support someone like me who's looking for beyond wealth management?
Wealth management is an integral part of it because we as Indians are savers. I think that's one beautiful thing about us. So wealth management is a very important part. But beyond that, what we believe is that it's a client for life for us, which means that how do we support them during their lifestyle with their needs? We believe in beyond banking. So one of our strongest pillars, proposition pillars, is the beyond banking. So beyond what we offer, either on payments or banking, deposits, and wealth management, we also look at what do they need in India. For example, most Indians have multi-country taxation. They need tax support. Banks cannot advise on tax. So we partner with very prominent tax consultancy where we give them support and put them to a professional who can help them multi-country taxation. In India, post-COVID, we have started seeing that a lot of Indians are finding it difficult, to be able to manage the medical requirements of their parents-in-law, and elderly family members. So we have partnered again for the elderly care support. So a lot of NRIs, right? It's very difficult. From Dubai, it is still easy.
Absolutely.
It's just like 3 hours of flight to most parts of India. But imagine if you're in North America or Europe, you can't come in every time to take care of your parent, right? When they have to go to a medical diagnostic center for tests or a doctor visit. So there's a professional care and support system that they can rely upon. So we have tied up with that. Most Indians love education, right? We want all our children to be like the Ivy League. So we have tied up with the partners where we can help support our customers. So a whole lot of things that we bring as a package. We understand what our clients need. And then we try and support with getting the best of partners, best of opportunities that are available.
I'm going to move on to one of my favorite segments, Deepthi, and we call it rapid fire segment or direct dil se. I have a few questions for you, and we have a lovely hamper which we would love to share with you after the section. Now, the deal is no thinking, just direct dil se answers.
Okay.
And we want to know, Deepthi, beyond the corporate walls, right? We want to know what are you like in personal life. So we'll get to know you more. Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
One word to describe yourself.
Passionate.
Who's the role model in your life?
Myself.
One thing you can't live without.
Food.
Brilliant. Me too. Traditional banking or digital banking?
Digital, any day.
Is the future?
Digital.
Is digital
Absolutely.
really the
It's
future?
present. It's present, future, everything.
Most inspiring leader in your industry?
I pick up from various people, but not one person. Lately, Nandan Nilekani, I think he does a fantastic job in shaping the digital charter for India.
Your go-to stress buster?
K-drama.
A technology you're excited about?
AI.
AI?
Yeah.
What do you love about AI? Everybody has mixed feelings about AI. What do you think about AI?
I think the ease that it can bring in, the wealth of information. See, knowledge is power. Information is the go-to. What AI can do is that just dissect everything, give you what you want, right? You don't have to go through the clutter to find yourself. That I think is what AI can do. Yes, it can replace some of us.
A dream project?
Retirement. What do I do?
What are you going to do?
What do I do?
I think after 20 years of working non-stop, retirement will look like a big mountain.
No, actually, I dread.
Okay.
I really want to work to the longest time possible.
Biggest risk you've ever taken?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Yet
yet.
to come.
Not yet.
A close cause to your heart?
I believe in equal opportunity. With the world now, while there is a globality in the world, we have people moving in. But I think the inclusion in its true spirit is missing. We do have our unconscious bias. We do bring that in. We don't have equal opportunity at certain segments. World is moving. We are making positive strides. But I think inclusion, having the right equal opportunity to everyone is something which I'm very passionate about.
A lesson you've learned the hard way?
Believe in yourself no matter what and ignore the public opinion.
Your mantra for success, other than believe in yourself?
Just constantly keep innovating yourself, right? Don't be content with where you have reached and what you have achieved. There's miles ahead of you.
And what does Women of Wonder mean to you?
Every woman is wonderful, I would say. I think the sheer amount of energy, their capability to multitask and do varied things, I think it's phenomenal. And the fact that they can do it without compromising on their value, without compromising on the side of, taking the entire family, friends together, I think I find it extremely inspiring.
How do you handle it all, Deepthi?
That's actually, that's something that I'm conscious about, and I try work even within myself, that it's not necessary that everything that you do, you have to be perfect. Perfection is about how do you balance things. That's my personal mantra. For example, at home, I'm not really bothered about that I have to be in control of everything. I'm quite okay to let my mother, mom-in-law, sister-in-law, whoever in the family to take care of the home, take care of, your support system. I think somewhere drawing that line where you need to be perfect, where you need not be, I think that's very important. And you have to really believe in what is that truly matters to you. What is that you truly want for your own happiness? And then the other things, you just let them be. You don't have to have the perfect state in everything.
What is the role your family has played in your success?
One is I come from a very conservative family. So the first role, very important role that they played is telling me that as a woman, you don't have to dream and achieve a lot of things. That really worked for me because that made me push myself. I said, no, why would I not? I want to. And that I think is the most important thing that my family did. But once I told them and once they knew that I am very ambitious and I'm driven, there is absolutely no barriers, right? There's a complete support system. And the very fact that they take joy in my success is something, it inspires you to do more.
Going back to banking, what do you think is the future of banking? Where are we heading now?
Ease is something that's going to be driven and technology is going to aid it totally.
What are biggest financial mistakes women make? What have you seen in your career?
I wouldn't call them mistakes, Reema, but I think the very fact that they let the reins, out of their hands is something that maybe women should take control of. You know where your income is, you know where your savings are. Just keep a tab. I think women do a brilliant job of budget management and expense management, right? No reason why you can't manage your expenses and your investments and savings together. I think that's one. There are a lot of support that's available in terms of education, in terms of basic dissemination of what's available. How does it work? A lot of investments, they can start with simple things like a SIP or a mutual fund. They don't have to go and read the annual reports of a company to invest. I think starting small, taking the basic steps, investing, knowing where that investment is going, and you being the signatory of that.
Making women financially independent is one of the causes that we champion for a lot. We work with women every day. But how do women become financially independent?
The first and foremost that we always advise our women customers is that take control, start small. You would be deciding where your money is getting invested or deployed and for how long. That's the first step. Once you start doing it, then you will start getting into future and financial planning that is required for your retirement and everything. You can start with as basic as a systemic investment plan, or you can do a recurring deposit, right? But whatever is it, you start taking the call.
Start small, take the first step, and I think then you'll figure out your way through the journey, right? But you have to take that first step and don't let the men in the family decide all your finances. What's your message to all the women in Dubai?
You're living in a wonderful city. It has great opportunities. I think the networking that I've seen between the NRI community and the women is fantastic. We are here as HSBC, as an NRI banking office here. We have a strong team here in Dubai as well to help you support in your banking. As you enjoy the life and the opportunities Dubai gives you, please do take advantage of our NRI HSBC office, and wherever you need support, we are there for you.
Well, it's been brilliant talking to you, Deepthi. We have a lovely hamper because you've done amazing at our Direct Dil Se. And the motto here is when women support each other, incredible things happen. So thank you so much for that. It's been amazing talking to you, Deepthi. I've really enjoyed the conversation. If you are watching this podcast and you enjoyed the conversation, don't forget to subscribe our channel while we bring back to you another Women of Wonder next week. Thank you and namaste.